After I saw that he lost to Carrion, I figured he was going to be debuting, and they did. What was there? Because I know, because I don't watch a lot of the NXT, but I know they changed his attire in theme music, right?
Yeah, they changed his look. Apparently, they gave him some crappy theme song, which a lot of people were upset about. Apparently, that's only temporary. They're working on a new theme song. His previous theme was done by CFO, and the company is split from CFO, so they apparently don't want to bring over the CFO themes to the main roster. But also, so Keith Lee wore trunks in NXT, and they put him in this weird.
I saw that.
A shirt, like a tight shirt, and then these short shorts that almost look like a skirt. Yeah, it looked like a skirt, and it was black and pink, and it did not look. I don't know. You could see why someone like Vince would probably want Keith Lee in a shirt, I guess. But it was kind of jarring, I thought, his outfit. That's
the first thing and what will happen is, because he debuted and did the thing before where he was in his regular attire when he did the stuff with Roman at was it the Rumble?
Yeah. I think it was Brock at the Rumble and Roman at Survivor Series, yeah.
And where he had really good showings, and but that wasn't Vince. If he's debuted up there, what happens is Vince that's a Vince thing for sure. And there's something Vince will oftentimes look at a guy and have a vision of his, like if he doesn't like his physique or things it's not presentable, and like he'll cover it up. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't. But the thing is, he's on their other show, and I think he's a monster. He's a huge guy. He's not like. He's literally the definition of big boned.
Right.
Like that's like where you'd say, like, you know what I mean? He's not like this. He's just a bigger guy. Right. And his body fat is higher, but he's a bigger guy. But like, so, you know, Mark Henry's a big guy, huge, the biggest, and how he's built. And like Mark was in a singlet, and certain guys look better in certain things. I don't know if that was a last minute outfit. I don't know. Maybe we'll get used to it. Maybe it's because the colors. It just seemed, and maybe it's such a drastic change. But Vince will, for whatever reason, have something in his head, and he'll want to go. It's like when I was in trunks, and then he wanted me in a singlet. He, for whatever reason, saw something, and then I did the stuff with the singlet and turned it up and saw an opportunity and I ended up loving it, which I hated it at first because they wanted just a black singlet, which that was not going to work in my opinion, but. Keith will have an opportunity, and that's going to be up to him to give back feedback too. And if this is kind of what they want me in, to find a way to make it look cool and to make it his own. And then, and I'll say though too, when you wrestle and cover up, like I like wrestling in a singlet, and I'm always in shape, but like always, it's much less stressful that you don't worry about your like. Oh, if I have a couple beers tonight, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not going to look fat in my trunks.
Have your gut hanging out.
Yeah, I'm not going to have holding water for TV. Like, that's a stressful thing. Once you're in shape, you got to like kind of keep that shape because people notice it if you lose it. Like, and they're like, well, what's going on? Whereas when you're in that, you can just do whatever you want. That's like Roman covering up. Like Roman he was nowhere near in the good of shape as he was in FCW once he got to the main roster and started wearing that shield gear, because you don't have to. You're covered up and stuff, and you don't have to hold yourself quite as accountable and stressful. It's not as stressful all the time, but we'll see. And the theme music too. The good thing is he's called up. And it's a different ball game, though, when you're called up. And we've seen it with guys that do well in the NXT and then come up, and you never know what you're going to get with Vince.
Right. So, he got Vincified there, but we'll see if they tweak it some more, because the Viking Raiders were called the Viking Experience for a week, so things can change.
There was a lot of confusion with them. They didn't know what they wanted with them forever. And it's... the Viking Raiders are another group too. I loved them being serious and ass kickers, and I loved the theme music. And then the crowd's not being there. I thought if they used those guys in the stuff they were doing, I think they could have gotten more over in being a dominant. And I'm not gonna. I hate using like comparisons to LOD or anything like that. But I thought they could have been a newer, cool tag team that did cool things had they had a committed plan all along and let the crowd, because I thought they have a catchy theme song. But again, that comes down to storytelling and booking with that. And now they're in a different position, but their personalities they're showing and they have and stuff. But those guys have good energy. And I think Keith, if he's presented some good opportunities and once a crowd is back, he's more than talented enough to make the most of anything. But it's welcome to the dance with Vince. That's a whole new ball game.
Right.
you do what they want you to do. So.
All right. Well, with that, I think we have everything about covered.
Yes.
When we're recording this, Payback will be taking place in just a couple days. So we'll be back next week to talk the fallout from it. Roman Reigns getting a title shot right off the bat in a triple threat with Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. Right. So still a lot of big stuff coming. Then the following week, we got All Out. So it's hits keep on coming.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Raj. Anything to plug to wrap up?
Yeah, just WrestlingInc.com. It's been busier than ever. Keep checking it out. We got some exclusive interviews there this past week with Ric Flair, Matt Cardona, the former Zack Ryder, Aiden English. We got Matt Sydal or Renee Michelle, David Arquette. So just a bunch of big names. So keep checking out WrestlingInc.com. Good deal, Raj. Thank you as always, and thank you guys very much for listening to the Shooting Blanks Wrestling Report. Thank you guys very much for watching this clip, and to watch full episodes of the Shooting Blanks Wrestling Report and conversation with the big guy Ryback, subscribe to patreon.com/Ryback for exclusive videos of both shows. And always remember, feed me more.